There you go. Better volume. Good. All right. Okay. Good. Okay. Here. Okay. Yeah. Two angles. Okay. To set up the IPT 200 process, it's an industrial process trainer made by SMC. This runs off on distilled water only. It's recommended for distilled water. Don't use tap water because it will leave water, power water deposits on the equipment here. You got a vortex flow sensor. You got
the flow meter?
Yeah, flow transmitter.
Very good. Yeah.
So it's the flow transmitter.
Right.
It's preset. SMC does not allow you to arrange it. So it's preset from 0 to 4.25 gallons per minute.
Okay.
So the low is 0, the high is 4.25.
Yep.
Then you got your old traditional analog rotor meter, which this will give you gallons per minute, liters per minute also.
Mm-hmm.
And then you got your what we call your Venturi. Venturi.
Eventually, right? Measure
And this is
the flow.
This is just used to measure flow also.
Yeah.
Do the same thing this is, but this requires a differential pressure transmitter.
Exactly.
All right, which you have your low and your high pressure lines.
Yeah.
So we'll go step by step on how to set that up too.
Very good.
And then you got your radar wave guided level transmitter.
Mm-hmm.
This will actually detect the water level right here.
And what about that one?
This is your temperature transmitter.
Okay.
So there's a thermal RTD temperature probe right here that I got it hooked up here, and then this is the power coming into there.
Okay.
So this is iTunes breath. This is also a hard temperature transmitter also.
Mm-hmm.
Do the same thing that one does. It's just this is heart control basically.
And to measure pressure?
No, this one measures pressure. This is only measures temperature.
It means what? Let me. I know that it's possible if it did measure level.
Mm-hmm.
Of course, we can do the math and find out the pressure.
You can use pressure.
Exactly. But is there an instrument that you can go and read what is the pressure?
What is the actual pressure?
Yeah.
We're going to use the display here.
That you need to change something there, right?
Right. See, because let's say if we're going to measure the pressure of the water, we're going to set this up to display pressure.
Oh, and when do you set it?
So the actual display here will tell us how much the water weighs.
Right, exactly. Yeah.
And to me, I like to have this display pressure and set for pressure units.
Yeah.
And leave it there as default.
Okay.
And then let everything else do the math as far as calculating the level or how much pressure is in that tank and all that.
Yeah.
So all this right here is going to do for us is going to tell us
the unit of pressure. You know what? PSI.
PSI.
Really?
And it's capable of doing all your other units too.
What is it?
It is capable of all the other units.
Yeah, sorry, I'm asking because my English again is very poor. Okay. I am sorry to stop you asking because sometimes I cannot understand.
Okay.
Go ahead. Thank you.
We're good. All right. And this is a pneumatic control valve.
Good.
So basically, you have what we call IDP current transducer.
Mm-hmm.
So basically, you have to feed at least you got two little green marks there, about 60 psi into this right here. We do have air.
Yeah, we have here.
Okay.
100 psi.
It goes up to 180.
Nobody told me about high heat.
Yeah.
Nobody used it. Nobody knows what to do.
But I got this preset. You got two little green tabs there, so just keep it there. You should be. That's enough pressure running this right here.
Yeah, what we need in order to manipulate the loss, we need that heat, right?
Yeah. This little port right here that has a little orange plug. If you have a precision gauge that'll read, let's say, up to 30 psi or 20 psi, you can actually read on low signal, it'll read 3 psi. On high signal, it'll read 15 psi. But we normally don't put any gauges here, we just block them, but you do have the ability to add a gauge.
Okay. Really
Hey, you said that that's how it already set up for air.
Yes.
Okay, so which one?
the in. Do we need to connect now?
Yes, if we could right now.
There you go. Yeah.
Like in this place?
No, right here. That should fall right in. You should be able to use what's the next.
Ahí, Felipe, mira, a ver, conecta la.
What I know that? Oh, just pull it down.
Yeah, or
Because I don't know if they're going to work. It's broken anyway. Oh, you can do it. You can even do it. Honestly, it fits, but this one is not. Oh yeah, it fits. Now, that one is not on right now, but I have another one that I can use. This one goes on the ones too.
Again, they told me that we have 100 feet side. I believe I have one.
I got one. This one.
No. 100 feet side is a great deal.
like sure.
Look if they be saying here.
Yeah, I'm checking it out. He will turn on right now.
No, okay. No. No, we don't have it, but the way we need to show how to talk to someone that the air needs to
I'm
be.
gonna go ahead and put one right here.
Yeah. Yes, of course, what? Are you going back to Georgia today?
Daytona. I got another set up at Daytona tomorrow.
You travel all the way, right?
Well, we got all three of them this week, so.
You know, when we bought this one, I can know maybe a year ago. And now we are now.
Yeah, I think we had what 3 issues, the hurricane one time, and then
Yeah. And
Why
you know
not sick
who's
and then got sick too.
right if you think.
yeah, Chris.
Great, you get complicated guy, right?
What's that?
Complicated guy, right? He's the owner of the company.
Yeah, with that puts this stuff in.
With you?
I work for him.
Okay.
Yeah. But I think I was the one who put this one together. So I pretty much know how it works in details.
I know that, you know. I can see it.
I will turn it on. It should come. Air should come and get it.
Okay.
It's time. That's charging there, so it's the canister is charging. So we'll have blood pressure in a second.
No, very good.
Hear that thing going? You think a little bit screwy? What's that? We don't have all this close? No. It's open? They must go with the other ones, no? No, you're all connected. They're connected, so the can has to fill, but also the hose drill has to fill. I'll find out in a second. Maybe goes all the way to 180 the gauge on that one.
It's about 4.5 gallons.
Quick question: which gauge will I be looking at to check the pressure? That I see.
Yeah, if I turn it back off.
I'll give it a few. It's a lot of hose and a fizzle fans. It's a couple of years old. It's going to run out of air. Rudy, what's up? You coming? Oh, okay. We're taking the lessons on the PLC right now.
Why are you waiting for them?
Hmm.
You waiting for
It's like what?
for the right.
We said like
We'll
the
go ahead and run the same
it's like
stuff.
I think like go or something. It's fine. If you can come somewhere else,
But it means first somehow
Mhm.
we will set a value of a level in the data, right?
I'm
In
recording.
order then to control that level
Then
with the use of the valve.
then we
See you.
And then what will be the load for the tank?
we'll actually
Oh, I open or close here, right?
open it
Yeah,
up.
right.
Start drain,
Right. And then, yeah. And they can see how when he's ever the guy
Yeah.
it begins that. Right?
Mm-hmm. Everybody ready now?
Yeah.
Okay. I'll go ahead and do some stuff without the air first.
Yeah.
When it comes up. So after you put water in here, for the first time, you want to make sure that pump is primed.
Yeah.
Usually there's enough water there that it should push most of the air out. So this is a bypass valve right here.
Mm-hmm.
You should never close that all the way.
Mm-hmm.
Because if this valve closes, the pump's gonna sit there and run. It's not gonna push any water. You just sit there and spin and could overheat the pump. So I'm gonna have this one open. I'm gonna hit start, and as you can see, it's already starting to push the water through.
Yeah.
And you see the little air pockets in there.
Yeah.
All right, I no longer see any air pockets.
Yeah.
I can take this and turn it halfway. Okay.
Right.
So now most of the flow should come up this way. That's just as a little,
Let's put tape on that.
And why is not coming to the tank?
all right, because I got this valve. So right now it's just going in there.
Okay.
When we do a flow right here, we're not going to put water in the tank. We're just going to go here to there.
Right, just a circle.
Yeah. As you can see, your signal right here. Yeah. That's maximum.
Yeah.
If you notice, it's 4.5 gallons per minute. All right. But if I set it at, let's say, 50%, be about two and a quarter probably.
Oh.
All right, so that's about 50%, 2.25 gallon. This one right here is preset at that. You cannot range it. You're stuck with 0 to 1.5 gallons.
Yes.
All right.
Who is the producer of the valve?
SMC.
They said.
Oh, no, talking about the valve here?
Yeah.
Control air.
Control areas, yeah.
Yeah, I think they're the ones who put this together.
Okay.
Yeah. We may eventually change to a diaphragm valve instead of one valve for future trainers.
What type of valve exactly is each one?
This is just a ball valve.
Oh.
Diaphragm valve. What
Yeah.
There you go.
You know, I mean,
All of those
of course they can find, because when we will teach the students about all these things, I want to be detailed about motion problem. And we need to explain them what the hell about, because I am sure that they have no idea.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so when we adjust this valve, you should see that stem
Right.
Yeah. Around. And there's a ball right here.
Yeah.
With it closes. And it runs off a 3 to 15 psi. And that's what that takes a 4 to 20 milliamp signal. Right there. So if you look at the manual here, this has got all your hand valves numbered right here. When you get to your labs, it will tell you how where to set each valve. I'm gonna give you a PDF version and an updated version of this thing. Okay. So, like hand valve HV1, it's that one down there. And then hand valve 2 is this one. So as you can see on the there's your CV, that's your control valve. And then hand valve 3 is that one. And you can label those if you want to. Real. And then hand valve 4 right here. Five is this one right here. Yeah, so that one's coming down right here. That's 5, and then 6 is that one out there. Okay. Now this one here has additional valves because you have a temperature add-on. What temperature add-on? Okay, an option that's tool valve. So your base unit does not have this line going that way or all this. So this is just additional stuff that got put on the train. So you got 1, 2, don't count that one, 3, 4, 5, 6. There's 3 more valves. So you got that one, this one, and the one in the back. Okay. That's not on the manual yet on that. Okay. All right. So if you notice right now, there is a bypass way to bypass the control valve. So let's say you don't have air, but you still want to run a lab. Right now, the control variable is using the CD, using the control valve. I can use the VFD to do the actual control. The what? The VFD. What is that? The variable frequency drive. Okay. All right. And basically what I'll do, I'll just bypass this using this. And right now the VFD is set to manually slow down and speed up. Okay. So while we're waiting on air, I'm gonna use the VFD. Yeah, I'm thinking that. All right. So over here, you may want to write these somewhere because it's you need to go to parameter 47 and change it from 5 to 6. So if one of y'all want to look and watch them do it, can I take a phone? Sure. Record it. I mean, you need to do that. Hey. All right, so what you want to do is you want to change parameters. This is your home screen right there. Okay, you just hit escape, it takes you to your home screen. Press enter, and then you scroll down where it says change parameters, and then press enter. That's that little back arrow key. Give it a second.
Which parameters can you change there? What? Parameter 41. Okay. What is that?
Okay, that one is a Excel time. Actually, I'm gonna show you some software that you can actually access all the parameters in there. They all use connected components.
What?
It's a free software. I can give you all.
Sure.
Where you can connect to the VFD.
Yeah, we can connect components.
Yeah.
Also, I have booster.
You do have it? Yeah.
We have what kind of components? What kind of connection to
Ethernet?
Oh yeah.
Okay. So what I'm gonna do right now, I'm on parameter 41, so I'm gonna go to parameter 47.
I mean, when you name parameters, you what name is changing the screen
Yeah.
to one to other, right?
Right now, it's for 47 is set for 0 to 10 volts.
Okay.
So we're adjusting 0 to 10 volts with a potentiometer.
Got it. Okay.
So now we're going to tell it to use 4 to 20 milliamps. So the VFD is going to be controlled by an analog signal.
Yeah.
So I'm going to change that from a 5. So hit select. Oops. Back. Let me get back over there. When you're on ground 47, press enter. Hello. Hello. There you go. All right. So I'm back at 47. Press enter. Now you see the 5 is highlighted. Now I changed it to 6. You can see it converted to 4 to 20. Press enter. Now, when I hit start,
Yeah, nothing happens.
nothing happens there.
Yeah.
So now what's going to happen is the controller is going to take over. But you have to move the control variable from CV to VFD. All I did was move these 2 lines that were in CV. And we can pull all this apart and just start from scratch on how to wire one of them. It's very easy once you see how it's done.
Yeah.
All right, so I'm gonna run this manually. So now there's auto, manual control. I'll do See, if you notice the output went up to 50%.
Yeah.
But even though you're running analog, make sure you press start. But you still have to manually start the drive. So now it's running 50%. If I change that to 25%,
That's 2%.
that's 2%. Yeah. 25 now. Yeah. So when I put this in auto, the controller is going to take over the speed of that.
That's very good.
All right, so
Sorry. What? What it is controlling now?
what? The pump. The pump speed.
Oh, it means develop the rotation of the ball.
Yes,
Okay.
Yeah.
Nothing else.
So the output of that PLC card
Right.
is sending the signal to the VFD, and the VFD is controlling the
Very good. Very good.
So we're going to say we know maximum is 4.5 gallons.
Mm-hmm.
So I want to run a process, but all I want 2 gallons going into the process. So that's basically 50%, right?
Right.
So you tell your controller, I want 50% of flow rate.
Constant.
And then you press get out of manual, go to auto.
That's so.
So you notice the speeding up and how fast it reacts determines where you have your gain, interval, and duration. And
that's beautiful. That's beautiful right there.
So now
it means there is where you can change the game, right?
The game, yeah. Right now I got this game at 1. It's kind of weak.
Yeah, it's a low one. Just one.
So if you notice, it takes a while.
Takes a bit to get to the
And to reaction up to say 5.
But you know, this is
But yeah, you're over.
right. You need to go. You are playing with the proportion. Right. Yeah.
Now it's oscillating.
Yeah. Now exactly.
Yes.
Well, it's good to teach them all that.
I got it at 2.
No.
A 5 gain is perfectly on pivot there. But on flow, because flow reacts so quick.
Yeah.
The temperature takes a while to do a correction.
Yeah.
The flow rate is almost infinite. So it's pretty good to use this in class to describe how proportional works. Now you can actually see you can see the oscillations on the pin. Yeah.
Where is the graphic? Right, I can't see it, right?
Then you got your interval right here. Right now I got it set at 10. So that
How much?
10. That's 10 repeats
Yeah,
per minute.
yeah.
This one right here is set in seconds. So they're off. So the proportional is going to be opposite what this is as far as numerical values.
Right.
So right now I got it 10 about every 6 seconds is from a reset. Based on how the process variables react, it's going to do a change. Sometimes you can make it do a change too quick. Sometimes you have to take you some time so you can see a reaction before I make a change. So I'm going to do one repeat. All right, so now I'm going to go 60.
Few of those are wrong.
So we'll probably need to go into the decimal range. Okay.
You still had all of them.
Yeah.
There you go.
Now, more or less.
But if you notice, it's taking forever to
Yeah, it
recover.
takes a while.
Yeah.
You gotta tune it very well for like how high it is.
Yeah, now I got my repeats per minute a little bit faster.
Like the tune of PID controllers is an art.
Yeah.
It's very difficult to tune a PID.
To actually tune it, to learn how to tune it good and understand it. The way we designed this trainer, because me and Chris taught in school years in technical school, and we rarely found trainers that say, "Hey, I wanted to do this,
Yeah.
and for the price," and they wanted to sell something huge. I said, "I got 15 students in class. All of them can't be in this train at one time." So we started making more compact trainers where I said, but I want the trainer to do all 4 variables, processes. You got flow, you got level,
Right.
you got pressure, and you got temperature.
The most important.
Everybody else, you had to find go in with temperature.
Right.
Here we actually
That's
all at one time.
It was great.
And plus, we make sure you had a trend, because if you try to tune something in without looking at the trend, all you have is sound inside, or trying to visualize what's happening to numbers.
Mainly here, you may see a lot.
Was that?
Mainly here in this university, won't appreciate what they have. This is good. This is a journey. The most important parameters that in any industry you need to control are here.
Right.
And you will control exactly the same way in the industry.
Yeah.
This is very nice.
All right, so we just did flow. I'm gonna press stop. Now I'm gonna do level next.
Okay.
So
what level you need? For the level you
right
need
here, here's your temperature. Here's your transmitters right here. The brown and the blue is your power. Your 24 volts to each transmitter. The WT is your analog signal out. So all we're doing is moving the WT to the level WT. Now it's taking, now the loop is grabbing the signal off this transmitter.
That's what I see up there.
Yeah, so that's what we see up there. Right now, if you notice your process went down to 0, you don't have any port. This right here is not going to be accurate up to 1 inch. We're not going to do anything that low anyway. There's going to be so much turbulence. With those type of transmitters, you can't do that anyway.
After it goes 1 inch, then it'll be
anywhere from basically
it's around the 50% of the scale.
Around the 25% and
exactly. Yeah, 20%. Yeah.
And then the way that's we were asked, can you fix the turbulence? I said, well, if it was an industry, yes. In the school environment, no, because y'all need to know what turbulence does to it. So it's good to have in class. So see that. So in the field, I would definitely want to correct that issue. But Here, I want the students to see what turbines
No,
does.
no, that's very good. That's very good.
Yeah. So, right now, I'm going to close this file. That's too much, right?
Great.
Keep that signal. Because we have a guided wave rod there, it will filter out some of that turbulence. If it was your normal ultrasonic where it just sends a sound wave, it would go crazy.
What level you set?
And the disturbance, the usage, we just open this up, want a steady drain. As it steady drains, say, hey, I want 50%. So the VFD says, oh, you're losing too much water. Now the PID controller is going to add more water.
And what in now, what level is the set level?
Oh, right now it's from 0 to
No,
the range.
No, we're trying to show us how you control the level. What is the setting point? What level should be?
50%. We should be. I think we do 14 inches.
Yeah, very good. You mean
So
7 inches?
7 inches.
Very good. And then, where the hell is 7 inches here?
Right here, Professor. Right here.
Yeah, very good. Then should be there.
Actually 7.5. I think it's 15. We use.
Oh, okay. So then right here.
Yeah. So we're already using the full scale.
And why is not there? Why is going down?
It's trying to correct right now.
No, okay.
That's the
Now we have the gains. Yeah, we have the gains.
Okay.
So for fast responding.
It's good.
It's also
now we're in a bit slower responding.
No, it's okay. Great.
That's amazing.
So we will have to.
But it's good to show them also what happened. Well, the controllers are not perfect. They have some delay always.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So as you can see, your output is still kind of oscillating. So the input is going to go up and down.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
And then you can tune that in when it's pretty much just flat line.
That's great.
You get the flat line, you are like the best. I believe, so for the air, I believe we gotta open that little valve up there. They're bringing a ladder right now, so we can.
Okay.
We never even got to use this, the pneumatics yet, so now we finally get to use it.
That looks open.
It's open?
Yeah.
Oh,
It is open.
How come you you mind
It's not
the valve?
There's another one somewhere.
Maybe you want to check it out real quick? Yeah, I didn't think like that.
Sure.
Hold
No way to tell me. What do you think?
It's amazing.
Look at me. This is your son.
Yeah.
Study the fucking thing. And we will, of course, I am here. We will prepare classes for all of them. Eddie. They never see something like this. I am sure of that. Hey, ¿cómo estás? Bien. ¿Tú eres el del cohete?
No, yo no.
No. No, porque este muchacho del cohete trabajaba con otro muchacho. Me parecía que era.
No, sí.
Bueno, ¿cómo está el cohete?
No, yo no hice el cohete.
Yo sé, pero ¿cómo va la cosa?
Muy bien. Sí.
Bueno, leemos, ¿cómo se llama el que está aquí también?
Alfonso.
Alfonso.
Sí.
Le he pedido que traiga un día y hable aquí ante nosotros.
Sí.
It will just help him.
Yeah. He's been extremely busy apparently.
Yeah.
But he's been working on the rocket. But
He's doing a lot of things.
yeah, you know what he's doing right now is
Doing like
he's brushing up on
the research.
he's brushing up on microprocessors and assembly so that he can apply that to Alfonso. He was talking about, yeah, man, he's like learning. I could have a conversation with him. It was cool.
What processor is he using?
I think he's learning more so like the basics now and working his way up because he's a programmer. So he's trying to wrap his
But here nobody teach you assembly language.
No.
And the assembly language,
no, they teach us the assembly language, but not programming. So I told him, if you need help, I was here for that. We've done a bit of assembly.
We opened the valve. There was a valve that wasn't open.
Is it pressurized?
I will see now. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, perfect.
You get pressure?
Yeah.
Ah,
That's it. Good.
was it the one on the side?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
All right, we got it. We got air. What's the full thing?
All right. So right now, as you can see, we're still oscillating. And we can adjust that a little bit, but let's see.
That in red. What's that? What's that sensor?
Which one? This one?
The graph in red. Yeah,
That is
oscillation there.
yeah, that is your output signal
Got it.
of your control, basically.
Okay.
So that's your control signal, your CV. And then the actual input is your PV. That's in blue. And then green is where we want it to be as far as the operator puts, hey, I want the set point, the level we at.
When you think about the control valve, what is showing there is the position of this thing.
Well, right now it's showing that it can show the position of this, or it can show the speed.
Yeah, when we talk about the
Control valve.
what we see is the position. How do you say in English this, please?
The steam.
The steam, right?
Yeah.
Is the position of the steam.
Right.
Right. Very good.
So we could actually, since we've got air now, we're going to flip this back over to the pneumatic. We'll just stop that. I'll let one of y'all do it.
Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead.
Move the VFD over to the CV.
Yeah, right.
It's just plus.
Thank you. Great.
So with BFD to
Great.
CV.
Yeah.
Right.
Great.
Yeah.
Right.
But once I leave,
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I got it. No,
we're still in parameter 47. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to change that back to a 5. Now it's back to 0 to 10. Very good. Yeah. So now I'm going to close this. Because if we're using the control valve, obviously we can't bypass it. We got to close it through the valve. And then your pump speed, if you want to do level to cut back on that turbulence, run it at about 2. Do this right here. Go ahead and just dump the water to the tank first. You're going to set that at about 2 gallons per minute.
2 gallons.
Yeah, 1.9 is pretty good right now. Then once you set that, don't adjust that no more. Then the valve is gonna because that should be enough flow rate to overcome that leak. Right? So when I close this, you can see that flow rate's outrunning how fast it's leaking. Because right now the control valve is fully open because I got 20%.
I don't got this.
Yeah.
Is it moving?
Well, right now it's fully open. When it starts closing, you should see it.
You should see.
Let me see. Take a look at this. Take a look at that.
Once you get close to 7.5 inches, you should see that steam turn.
Exactly. Yeah.
It's getting close now. And again, the gauge set kind of range, so it's going to part of it.
And you're humming? Yeah, it's
So, they're turning it out. You can actually see this indicator right here too.
Yeah.
oh, I see.
It's awesome.
Yeah.
Eric, it's important to study the valve, okay? Yeah. Who is working with you in this? Daniel is there?
Hey, Ahmed.
Who's Rene?
That's me.
Ah, Rene, that's good.
So they should be almost fully closed now.
Oh, I feel that you lost.
Yeah, zero. So he's waiting on the water control thing back now.
Oh.
Now, once it overshoots one time, as it starts coming down,
No, you can see it.
yeah, it'll undershoot a little bit. It won't overshoot as much. But then again, that could be tuned in as they
Of course.
in class, you can just kind of play with the numbers.
Yeah, because if you were to show the thing like and it goes directly to it stays there like
Yeah.
no, it's magic. You know? Yeah.
usually what I like to do in class is turn off the interval and derivative to those at 0 and just be proportional. And they'll see if it'll go over, depending on where you got proportional band, it may stop this far above, it may stop that far over, it may stop right on the money, But there will not be any correction. They'll just stay there.
They'll see it's just your input, basically.
But then if you got usage, the water are falling down. And then once it falls below, then it'll reopen back up. So you're going to have basically an on and off style. So proportional only would never stay. You never get a flat line. It'll always be above and below.
Once you work into like
once you add an interval, then it'll start losing practice. So I need to find that place for this.
That's what it started doing when it started flattening out, right? It was like a
the present, we say the integral is the past, the differential is the future.
And then in class, you can actually adjust how much percent you got. I can open that up a little bit more. Let's use more fast 100 one.
What you have moving a cable from one place where we were looking, I think, at the frequency of the pump, right, to the other. Every instrument send the information or what that cable is that you are moving from one place to other.
Talking about this?
Yeah, the one that you move. Now you ask who wants to do it, and he did it. What that we are measuring depending on when we put this, right? Exactly.
Right. And location.
Right. Yeah, and then from there it goes to the PLC.
If we wanted to measure all of them at once ourselves, could we write something to do that? Like you measure it?
Well, it's funny you ask that. The PID controller only has one input, one out. Okay. The PLC gives you 2 ins and 2 outs. I taught in Orlando a instrumentation class for the city of Orlando water division. And they had algebra, but still the same thing. If you have Siemens, but you still have 2 channels. So what we did was we didn't like the water recovering slow. It took forever. But if we tuned it where we recover fast, it would overshoot quite a bit, and it would oscillate real fast first, and then did it on calm down. So what we did, we created what's called cascading PID. The program had 2 PIDs. One PID sensed the flow rate. The other PID sensed the level. So basically what happened is one PID was set weak, one PID gain was set high. So the high PID basically got it going up real fast. Then once it got up to a certain point, the other PID took over and got it cold. So it went up fast, and as soon as it got close to it, it slowed.
That's cool.
So it didn't overshoot.
So it established the relationship between top and floor.
Yeah, you got controlling one magnitude with 2 PIDs, right?
Yeah.
The same magnitude.
So, because once it gets there, even though it's got a high gain, it's not going to overreact anyway. It's just the initial run, like it did before, see it overshot what it did. So now the output slowly kind of trying to find its place to bring it back up, and that's a little bit weak.
Yeah, I need to talk to Tonya and see if she's can send off the most amount for. Or you told us that you will give us a PhD PDF, right?
Yes,
and if you talk about all the program, kinematics, you say, right?
The what?
Another program that you say, do you have it? And you, Andres, you said that yes.
I have the Siemens HMI program and the PLC program.
Cool.
I'll give you that. Drive.
That'll work.
Or even though you'll have it on thumb drive, if you ever get a chance, just upload these.
Gotcha.
That way you know you got the exact numbers.
Got it.
You got different models. You want to use it.
I mean, I can go on Siemens and just find the software for that one.
Yeah.
I got you.
And then I brought a cable that goes in this that you can hook up to your laptop and do
Oh.
Yeah, that would
But
be
this
great.
one I'll have a screen display. But
But have all the information
yeah,
we can transfer to my computer.
So we can just access from any computer.
there is a port right here. We got access to the PLC right here.
And then you connect it to the router.
Yes, you could. I need to give y'all the IP scheme. Got someone to write it down.
Just
Yeah.
here, I guess, yeah.
But usually the classroom lab computers were on,
When I get,
we're not hooked up to the school's network. We had our own little dedicated network.
I have, we don't, so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you can make whatever this is, right?
Yeah, but you basically, yeah, let me get that, I can connect the
The
regular.
problem is, by the way, we have just this on you.
Yeah.
And of course, to move this to other place is not good.
Mm-hmm.
We need to use this room
Mm-hmm.
to teach them this thing.
Right.
Where's it? What do you think? We got a very long, that's not it right there? Like, right away. Pretty much what you done below now, man. Figure out. Good work. Looks like.
Are you going to say now you're going to West Palm Beach? What you said?
What's that?
You're going to West Palm Beach or to Daytona?
What do you want to connect?
All right.
Router to that one. Private network.
Hey, everything I'm going.
You need to another appointment there today?
No.
It's tomorrow.
It's tomorrow morning at 8.
And then the other one in Tampa.
Huh?
The other one in
I
Tampa.
had one in Tampa yesterday.
Oh, and from there to Georgia.
Uh-huh. So I had one in Tampa like this yesterday. I came over at night and then this morning, out here at 8, but it's
Where did you get to? Where are you in the hotel?
yeah, okay.
Thanks, so. So, Dollar. Not taking no. We could also move the router closer to there. Because we will get it. Yeah, maybe. No, but this actually might work.
Here all the wiring diagram and all the interpretation. Right. I'm gonna show you how to try and give you can get still be able to get
I really like certain networks and things like that, and to be able to control remotely stuff, but this is what I like a lot, so. Switch. You got enough? Yep. Nah, that's beautiful. We'll hide it later, okay? Alright. Let me bring up the computer. No. Will we use this? Oh. Sure you're supposed to run a screen or something? No. Oh, okay. Sure you're around. It's like a viewer. I'm gonna upload it later. I'm gonna upload it later to a drive. Yes, keep recording. We don't want to forget that. Okay, so you guys will. Okay. So, sorry,
so this cable is hooked up to a router?
Yep.
Okay. Maybe just be assigned an address to the PLC.
What is he doing?
I think the router just reassigned the address to PLC to y'all lost link between PLC and HMI.
Oh, so it went to network mode?
Yeah, I think it's DHCP. I'm seeing it that not having a cable plugged in, it will link itself out together.
Oh, we signals reading. Oh, okay, so
We're good now.
okay.
But this, if it was Allen Bradley, Allen Bradley would have just shut down.
And it won't go, it's not on there.
Siemens is kind of more connection friendly.
Yeah.
Once you establish the PLC and that connection, good. As long as you don't have any other conflict in address, and you don't sell. But we'll just leave it on done for right now.
Sure.
But the IP addresses that we normally use is 192.168.2.10 for PLC, and then .20 for the HMI. And then the subnet is 255.255.
The what?
Subnet. The subnet mask.
The subnet mask.
The subnet mask.
Mask is 255.255.255.0.
Yeah. Okay. 3255?
Yeah, 3255.
Yeah.
The VFD does not have an address.
No, what you meant? What's the name of it?
Do y'all have any Allen Bradley software here?
RS500.
So y'all do have
no,
connected
it's,
components, right?
We've got it, what now?
Connected components.
Hey, we've got an 1100B, I believe is what.
Yeah.
It's a little 1100B, hooked up to like 4 lights.
PLC.
It's 2 different actions. Yeah, PLC. On the 21 port.
The HMI.
It's and then they're like connected to 4 little lights, but you can use the program to make it do stuff. So
Yeah.
yeah.
Because the VFD doesn't have an address. We left it boot key enabled. Y'all ever heard of boot key?
Yeah.
So basically, if you got the boot key DHCP server on your software, you can assign the VFD an address.
Okay.
And normally when I have a program already made where the VFD is 192.168.230. So I gave the VFD 30, but I just use the boot key server temporarily given an address.
Mm-hmm.
But then when I disconnected from the laptop and I cycled power to the VFD, it was this address.
Mm-hmm.
Because really there's no need to go back in.
Subnet, you said?
Yeah. Subnet. Okay. So let's go ahead and go through all the instruments first, and then we'll get into the other part of the software. So the next one we're going to do is pressure. So we're going to do the BP transmitter. So we're going to basically move the WT to the level WT, pressure WT. Who's got a little out of range? Let's move that line over.
What threshold are we measuring now?
Right now it's set to measure the differential pressure.
Oh,
Sure. You got a low and a high.
yeah.
Sorry. Okay. So I'll just move that signal line to the WT in the pressure.
Okay.
And you should see the pressure light up or energized.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm going to take this, cover off. Do y'all have any heart communicators here?
Hard to me? No.
Okay.
Not in this room at least. And
But these, the reason I say that these are heart.
yes. What is that called?
Yeah, you mean the hand?
It's a hand meter.
The hand
Two little cables you plug into the back.
I don't know.
And then you can actually access all the parameters on one screen.
No,
Handheld.
Handheld.
It's
It's about 15 grand.
yeah.
Okay, so right now, as you can see, if you look on this side right here, you should see an H and an L. See that?
Low, right?
Low and high.
Yeah.
Right here, we also see.
LMH.
Oh, There's no low and high on this one. Okay, but I'll show you how you can tell which one is low, which one's high. There is a little small orifice in between this port and that port. So the one further to the left, that's your high. And the one further out, that's your low. Okay? So if you notice this line right here, we got it plugged into the high side. This line, we got it plugged to the low side. But there's air in the what they call capillary lines. So what we need to do is, when they pop in, sometimes they accidentally pop out. So make sure when you push them in, it locks in before you pull. So I pulled it before you had a chance to lock in. That one, the same thing. So now it's locked in. Okay. So this is a equalizing valve. On the normal operation is when you close. But for the initial setup of this, we need to open it. That way both lines have equal pressure.
Yeah, zero funny on there.
Now we're going to take and bleed these air pockets out of here.
Yeah.
So this line right here is going back to the reservoir. It's going to be plugged in. It doesn't matter which one, because that's open anyway. So both lines are going to feed out there. I just do it on the low side. Now what you want to do is you want to turn your pump on. You may have to bypass it. If your valve, my valve is closed, so I'm just going to bypass it. So I'm going to hit start and let it go down. As you can see, it's pushing all the air out. Okay, get this out. I don't think I needed that. But this right here is what's doing it. So right now I don't see any air pockets anymore. Well, there was one right there. I don't see any more. As soon as you don't see any more air pockets, go ahead and close this back up. So now when I stop the flow, as long as we'll keep this by the same height, it's not going to reintroduce air to these lines. If this ever comes out, like we'll do that over again, it's going to introduce air back into it. So when I hit start, I'm going to take a pressure reading and hit stop. So that way, every time you stop, it should always go back to zero. Right now, it's probably not on zero. It's
it is close to 0. 0.5, pretty much 0.
Okay. So what we want to do is we want to zero the transmitter to 0 psi.
Yeah.
So you got a screw. You got a screw right there. So I need a flat tip screwdriver.
I got you. What this do? I got to get you back.
Yeah, it will work. All right. So what you want to do is you want to take this screw, and you cannot overturn it because it's got an optical oscillator in there. So it's got like an encoder. It knows how many revolutions it's made. So you can take a drill and spin it, wherever it is. It's not gonna mess it up. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna back up. All right, when I stop, make sure there's no little negative symbol there, because you can stop it in the negative. If you do, you're telling you're in a vacuum, basically. So now we zeroed out. I'm gonna run it a little bit. Should have a certain amount of that. Oh, just in percentages. All right. So I want to know actual pressure because this uses pressure to do its readings. So we got to change this over to display PSI. So if you push that one button right there, you got to go to your loop, tag your units right here. It's set for PSI, which is what we want. All right, press it again. Your lower range is at 0. We're going to leave it there. Right now, your upper is at 1.64. Okay, you just want to leave it right there for now. Then we got your damp at 2 seconds. That's what it takes 2 seconds for it to give you an accurate reading. Your transfiguration control is set for square root. There's 2 options. You got linear, you got square root.
Yeah.
If you're doing 2 pressure different points, it has to be a square root function.
Yeah, we need to explain that. It's the way that we measure flow.
Good.
We measure flow using exactly the differential pressure.
Right.
Using the square root of that.
Right.
Yeah.
Because your signal is not going to be a linear scale. It's going to be more of a curve. So the square root function takes care of that math.
Yeah, linear.
Linearize. If I'm just doing one pressure point at the bottom of that weight or the air in there, I'm just going to use one line. I turn it over to linear because that signal is going to maintain linear.
Right.
All right. So we know we're doing dp, so we're going to keep it at square root. Display right now is pressure percentage. I'm just going to change that to pressure. All right, so I just turn the screw backwards, and now it's going to display pressure on me. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to keep pushing that button until I go back to display. All right, once I get past the information, I go back to my home screen. Right now, it's saying 0.0 PSI. That's what I want. All right, so now I'm going to run it. So I'm ready to 0.6364 PSI, right? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to determine what do I want my high scale to be. I know the pump can put out more than 4 gallons a minute. You can do, I think, up to 5. But I'm just going to use 4 gallons as my high range. But it's easier to compare to math percentages. So I'm going to turn my pump, and that's the reason I keep the other transmitters powered up. That way I can use this place. Or you can use this one. I'd rather use that visual than that. So I'm going to turn it down. I'm going to turn it to 4 gallons. Okay. So what is the pressure at 4 gallons? 1.3. 1.2 is that 0.02. Okay. And then it shoots 0 back out. If it didn't 0 back out, I probably would have zeroed it and then do another 4 gallon reading. Okay. 0 it out. I'm going to just get some gallon. Remember, it's a 2-second nap. You can shrink that napper down to a half a second. You don't want to wait on it. You got to make one of them too. So now I'm going to range it. My low is going to be 0. My high upper range is going to be 1.02. So go to lower and upper. Right now it's 1.64. So I'm going to turn my screw backwards. And that 1 is going to start flashing. So I'm going to change that to a 1 positive. And you press the button, it accepts it. And I want to keep that decimal there. I'm going to change that 6 to a 0. There we go. Okay. And then that one will be 2. Okay. And that's the only one where she said, I'm gonna keep everything else on PSI and pressure. I'm not gonna worry about display percentages because I got other devices that can show me percentages. Yes. So now when so now when shut this down right here, and I'm gonna let my valve regulate since I got my set for 50%.
And what is the setting for the break?
Well, I got pressure. I want my set point to be 50%, which is
50% means what?
half
Half
of
of 1.2.
yeah, half
It
of
means
1.2.
0.6 around.
But that value is not going to be really half. It's not linear,
Right.
But since we got to do the square root function, it should give us half a gallon, which is half of 4 gallons should be 2 gallons. So when my PV is 50%, it would be 2 gallons.
Oh, that's fuel insurance. You should remove it. It's for the meter, like 2
We've got our physics routine. We've got our physics routine for this thing.
Twice.
We've got our physics
And you can see your output.
Flush up on.
Right, we're all full. And if this is real,
The valve is slowly opening up. PVs.
oh, passion for it.
It's my physics book.
Yeah, as you can see, your gallon.
Chapter 15.
It should be 2 gallons. This right here is a bit more accurate than we'll say that at Wolfhead.
No,
But you have to calibrate it. Range it
Yeah.
precise.
Yeah.
But if I do 1.05, that's gonna math.
The 2 gallons they was talking about pumping, that's 2 gallons per minute?
Yeah.
and you are now the home is pumping, and you are returning everything back, right?
Yeah. So everything goes back there.
Yeah.
Now you can do this right here, and you can add a disturbance by. If you notice the output mainly stated to maintain 2 gallons, you can do this right here. Now it's having to force water up and then back down, so you add some head pressure on the car.
Yeah.
So now the output's and stuff. So the output, if this is to compensate for the heat. Now they're all put it back up. Except for my activity. But then again, I got a weekday, but you know, they take a while. Right. Probably. Be too strong. Yeah.
One question that how reliable is this cable that we need to change closer from transmitter to transmitter?
Some of these right here.
Yeah, well, usually I see the cable put on where in and out. Is it reliable?
Yeah.
What is still what it has at the end? It's still what we are going to
Oh, the fertile. You know, talking about the and what no, it's talking about these right here.
Yeah.
Yeah, these are
I was we can make those if necessary.
Very good.
the two items. And
What gauge is recommended to them?
what's that?
What gauge you recommend?
22.
I have plenty of 22.
Very good.
I have like 20 gauge.
Very good. Yeah. I want to just
And
the ground, you know,
and I don't will
be.
I read it. Yeah.
We know how to make those.
Yeah. I got what we call it.
Yeah, I've got like a bunch of it.
Okay.
Everything that I have in my box is 22. 22 and 20, so that should be 0.
Good.
And the ferrules, you buy the ferrules and just press them on if one ever goes out.
No,
Yeah.
we used to use the set screw thermoline, but
Yeah.
I hate those.
Yeah, these
You constantly, got to look about that won't last. These little push to connect wires work pretty good. Yeah, I don't like see how so how much like that now it takes a little bit more wow. Oh, where we push that work underneath that.
How stable is working now, huh?
Yeah. Now the output is just itself. Now it has nice pressure. But if you got anything right, it should correct itself. All right, so now let's convert this. I'm gonna use this to adjust water level. Okay, so we're gonna take this line right here and plug it in right there. And we'll also have to make this line. Oh, that line cannot be hooked up. I found that out yesterday. Could take the high line, the high pressure side, and this line right here needs to be vented to atmosphere. Right now, there's water still trapped in here. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take this line, kind of.
We'll drain it out.
Yeah, it'll drain some of it out. So now if I take this, you can probably leave that hooked up there if I hurt. As long as this side is being in the atmosphere, and this side should be the only one reading any pressure. Yesterday, when I was doing the other setup, I kept that line hooked up here. As soon as you start running the pump load, he fed pressure into this side, and it messed up our signal. All right. So now that it's actually to atmosphere, you can unplug that.
Yeah, exactly. Because we already measured with respect
So
to
that's
atmospheric pressure. Yeah.
That's gonna read the pressure there.
Yeah. So the only pressure I want to read is this.
Yeah, as the pump is.
And I still want to make sure there is no air pockets in here.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna plug this in right here. And I'm gonna pump some water up here. I'm gonna let the weight of the water push the air out of it. Get ready to open this. You can see the
main PSI, right?
Yeah, we still want to stay in PSI.
He's getting a little air out of the
There we go. So there's all the. And as soon as you don't see any more air leaving, do that. And now you should be able to drain the tank. There shouldn't be any air leakage this here. So now it's per. Now this right here can be mounted up here. You can show the DP at high. But either way, you still gonna have to push all the air out of it, and it should work fine up here or down here.
Okay.
I personally like leaving it down here.
Yeah.
But you can do this in the lab, just move it up here, and they'll see that hey, something's not working perfectly right. That means they can purge it just right. So now what we're gonna do is
let me show you. What you're saying about moving the instrument. It's so sensible that he rediscovers the difference of atmospheric pressure.
Yes.
Is the sensitivity of the
real sensitive. This right here is able to read up to 600 psi, I believe. They make some that can read up to 2,000 psi.
Who produce this?
Yakugawa does this one, but there's like Rosemont, Emerson.
No, ABB are very good. I work with ABB.
Yeah.
But I think that was not so sensitive.
Yeah, this is probably your more expensive instrument on this trainer. For that whole it's considered to read less than a pound accurate. And actually, it will read in factor too.
Well, I was just saying, it's reading what's in there now.
Yeah.
I mean, barely in there. So.
So what we're going to do is this is going to be basically my 0 inches of water.
Professor.
So I want it to be 0 psi. So basically, what I'm doing, I'm gonna zero that.
You have a camera here recording.
What is it? Sorry, what
You
is
have a
it?
camera here recording. Did you?
Yeah, of course. Am I bothering you?
Your head one.
Oh, shit.
No worry.
No, we don't need to record my head. My head is full of shit. Not necessary to be recorded.
Better here. How about you go right here? I move the camera. That way, because that way you get a better angle.
I will.
Yeah. What about you go there? That's not that one. Okay. Was that again? Oh, shit. I know how they think I do that. Right.
But how come this shit goes through?
I'll try to be out. See, I don't know. That's the first. Yeah, no, first. Literally, I'm right here. Okay. Okay. Well, I need a computer. Well, it's like, oh yeah, that's the silliest part. Well, they take it out. Yeah, you know, build myself. That's not bad, actually. That's weird. No, it's all. What is that? The reason is so you can get a million. That's weird. Words people have to name. Because like before you shoot something, that's like the whole iPhone telling you. It's fun.
Well, I'm over at 14 inches to be my high size, and I am showing 0.51 psi. So that's going to be my upper range of now. So I got to come in here and change it to upper is going to be 0.5. So I changed the first one to a 0. Or is it 0.5? 0.50. No, I'm not going to do it. No. I'm gonna leave it at 0.50 for sure. Because that,
So, you know,
yeah. Now my trans configuration, I'm gonna change that back to linear. All right, so now it's in linear mode. And already got my upper set. That's good.
You say it, right? Now he's changing to linear, because he's not measuring flow. He's measuring pressure.
oh yeah, it was 0.52.
Let me whip it off.
Yeah,
Let's see what's it.
I mean, the density of the water, 1 kilogram per liter, times the height. This is exactly the pressure that should be rated, right?
7 inch should be my 50% mark. We had on plant linear. Okay, so the valve is opening up to allow me to flow in there.
so
Coño, mi amigo.
So are you doing? We're using pressure now. We can shake the water and we should affect the signal.
okay.
Wait, so it stops there.
Okay.
So if you were trying to measure something real sharp,
Right.
using pressure would be more
Way better.
way better way to do it.
It means now what he's reading, if it is at 50%, what is around 10 milliamp, right?
Should be about 12. Yeah, it's about 11, almost 12 amps. Actually,
yeah.
big load.
Yeah.
When you told her to set the height at 7,
50% within 7 inches of 14.
because it based on the pressure essentially.
Yeah, because the pressure is ranging from 0 to 14 inches of water. And right now, the two. The recording's good for that. This is oscillating like in.
Yeah.
That's the thing on the 2 again. So if I wanted to, let's say I don't want to use my PLC anymore, and I want to use the PID controller, take your output and move it to the output of the PID. Go from channel 0 to channel 1 on the PID. Then same thing on the input. And you should see that value right there now. And right now it's set for 50%. And if you hit the function key, proportional with that 50, set point, and then interval is at 10, and then derivative is off.
The derivative.
So
how much is the derivative?
So proportional, So proportional 50. If I want to make that the same as 1, I would need to go to 100.
Yeah.
So they're kind of inversely.
Sure.
Yeah.
This one uses band. So right now, if my proportional is at 50, what it's saying is the output is not going to fully go high or low until it gets 25 above or below. Because it uses the band on that. All right, so when I start, and then my interval is at 10. So basically, this is made in seconds. And I repeat per minute, this is in seconds. So every 2 seconds is going to take a calculation that's going to be set on PID. So it's going to make a change forward. Yeah, right in the classroom, that can be adjusted to see how far it dropped before it started going back up. And that all has to do with what's in on the set. Yeah. Yeah.
And the gauge below is showing us exactly the same thing that they right there. That
This right here.
No, that one below.
That one.
Yeah. It's when we use. No, we need to divert the circulation of water. How does that gauge measured the pressure also, right?
Talking about this one right here?
Yeah.
All that one is measuring is the head pressure of the pump.
Yeah.
That's just our bypass line right there. or what we call our in case if that valve ever closes, I still want water to go somewhere out of that pump. So it's just that really one year line.
There's no point of factory.
What is the purpose of that crystal tube that goes through the gate?
It's the pressure of what's coming out of the pump itself.
Is the output pressure of the pump?
Yes.
The gauge measure that.
Yeah.
But what the tube that the tube that we have, the crystal tube is where the water goes, right? Right.
Station
Yes, it's exactly very. I can take the air off of it. Close the valve, and you can see all the flow. The pump's still running, so that flow has to go somewhere. You want to have at least half of it open.
The world runs it.
All right. The next thing, I'll show you how that software works, but I'm going to do it on the temperature lab. So this one has an add-on of temperature. It's not included in the book. It's just an option that Fluid bought. But if you look over here on the control variables, you got obviously we've done the VFD, we've done the valve already. So if you move your output control line to the heater, what that's going to do is it's going to send a 40-20 to this little power IO. It's a solid state relay. So basically what it's going to do is it's going to control how much AC voltage is going to the heater. So it'll go all the way down from 0 volts all the way up to, I think, 108 volts. It doesn't do the full 120. So obviously more voltage, more heat. The hotter it gets there. We have it capped off at 102 degrees. So there's a temperature switch right here. That water cannot get hotter than 102. As soon as it gets 102, it shuts off the heater relay. So the heater loses all power, no matter what the signal is going into.
Yeah, it's like a thermostat.
Yeah. So the only temperature you're going to be able to do as far as a lab is going to be anything above room temperature up to 100 degrees. The chiller can go all the way down to about 68 degrees. So you can chill the water down to 68 degrees, or I think even 65.
So realistically, we have from 65 to 100.
So to me, the ideal lab would be around an 80, 85 degree range. You can do 90-degree labs. You try to do 75, you're going to overwork the chiller to maintain that water, because that heater is going to try to keep that water up and try to go down.
Yeah, they're going to be fine.
Yeah. So when we designed this, we're not engineers, so we'll basically just bought stuff and kind of tested it, the old school way. And we finally found the right wattage heater and the right size chiller to kind of work with each other.
Sure.
So one can't override the other in certain situations. So we want the heater hot enough to override the chiller, but we want the chiller cold enough to override the heater just to do the labs. Because you can flip it from cooling to heating. All right, so what we got here also, you got some valves right here to divert flow. This is a heat exchanger right here. So if I want to cool the water back down that I heated here, I want to run some cool water. So it's going to, that pump down there is going to grab chilled water from here, run it up that line right here in the back. It's going to run it through the bottom part and back down here. That pump right here also takes water from here and runs it through the chiller and then back over to here.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, the VFD is going to pump water through the heat exchanger.
Yeah.
And then that small pump is going to run that water through the chiller, which is going to chill this water right here.
Yeah.
This pump over here is going to take water from this tank up here and it's going to circulate it through this heat exchanger, through the heater, and the back down. So it's going to constantly recirculate the water here through the actual heater itself.
Okay.
So you got a valve over here in the back that's closed and that's open. So you don't want to start a heater circuit if there's no water in here. And there is there's a limit switch right here now. A sensor right here. So if there's no water here, that sensor's not on, it's not gonna allow the heat.
I'll let you turn it on. Okay.
Yeah, so nothing can come on.
Cool.
So the first thing you want to do is you want to have water in that thing. And I'm just going to manually, we're not using the valve anyway. Because once the valve shuts down, the signal closes, so I don't need to bypass. Alright. So I'm gonna bring that up to about 9 inches. And then I'm gonna hit close this. Now you can stop the button, yeah. Right there. Okay. So when I turn, now you don't want to turn it on either if that pump right there needs to get water, right? So if this valve is closed, there's no way that pump can get water. You'll want to run dry. So you want to turn this on, open this up. If you notice the water fell a little bit, so now we're getting water through these valves right here. This has to be open. If this is closed, that pump's going to see too much head pressure. It's never going to create circulation. So that has to be open. So there can't be any restriction going through here, back through that heater, and back down. All right, so now that's open. There's no valve down there, so it's always constantly has water. So that pump should work no problem. As long as there's water down there.
Yeah.
All right, so now turn on that selector switch to heat. That selector switch.
This thing?
No.
The temp. Oh,
Yeah.
Temp.
As soon as you turn that on, that sensor came on.
Oh.
Now we're circulating water. And there is a flow sensor right here. As long as it's flow, it actually kicks in the other relays. Okay. That one's working. The way this is designed, there's heater, chiller, pump 1, pump 2.
You get it, right?
If you notice my chiller went out, probably is that pump is not primed good. Okay, so sometimes it takes there is an electronic board on that pump right there. So if there's no pump, if it never starts pumping, it knows it's been overloaded, it'll just stop.
Okay.
It'll wait a few seconds and it'll try it again. Okay. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna stop it. And this time when I start it, right here, I'm gonna kind of see if there's flow. Saw air bubble there. Yeah. There we go. Yeah. Yeah, they put in water now. So, what it was, yeah, that's good. What it was, even though we put water in the reservoir, there was still some air pockets in there. So it may take 1 or 2 cycles to get the water out.
Yeah, it's better here to actually.
But once we got water in there, if you turn off turn off the heat. Yeah, just leave it off for a second. As long as you leave water in there, you come back a day or 2, turn it back on, it still should be dry. Okay. It's just because it was dry when it was coming in today. So now we turn it back on, it should start pumping. Alright. That chiller has to be energized for 2 minutes before you can ever turn it on. Right now it's off. Or the chiller is not running, right? It's just got power to it. Okay. So you can't chill any water until water has been circulating for those 2 minutes. I can go over here and press the power button, it will never come on. No. So I'm gonna let it run for 2 minutes before I even try to turn it off. Okay. So we need to go ahead and start heating up some water anyway. So if you notice this probe right here, it goes through that conduit and siding this line. So that's RTD 5100 RTD thermal sensor. Okay. That line right there is going to the temperature transmitter. So right now the water is 72.8 degrees. Right. So I'm gonna set my lab over here. Yeah. I can't do 50% no more. So the range is 0 degrees to 100 degrees. So that's 50 degrees. There's no way I can get that. So I'm gonna do 80. Now turn the heat on. So let me set it here. Oh, I've got to leave the heater. Oh, yeah, you always remember you have to leave the heater.
Yeah, there's connected to all these sensors. An outlet. Yeah, it's telling me
Something I want to move my heater.
Yeah, in this case,
So that
in this case,
if this is your 40-20 signal coming in, so if the lower the signal goes, it's going to a flashing, and then it gets full, it just stays already.
There's not a range to it. So we now look at it right now. We don't have these got separate range. When you say 80, 80 is going to be 80% of what it's maxing, which is like
80 degrees.
Yeah, okay.
And the max is 100 degrees.
Oh, max.
So we kept it there just to make it easy.
That makes sense. Okay.
80% here is 80 degrees.
Yeah, so the 80% is 80% of whatever it is that texture would be for you. It's fine. Very fine. Fair enough. Yeah, that's so good. No, yeah. Nice. I learned about Jake Google if he's like with his own like that sells.
You notice something?
Yeah.
Notice that not matching.
Yeah, no.
Look at your input signal. The pressure transmitter, the signal hooked up to the pressure. So this is reading the pressure.
Oh.
So when I move this to the temperature, now it should read the temperature transmitter.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
So now you got action. So that should be pretty much on the money there for the power reach. I think it's been 2 minutes, so I think the chiller came on by itself. It did. Yeah. But I know fresh out of the box, you have to initially turn it on. So we tested it before we shipped. So after 2 minutes, it comes on automatically now.
See, what's the question? You notice that if this water place?
Yeah.
Why?
This right here can be put in a fish tank.
Okay.
If you're traveling and you want to make sure your fish is not going to die,
yeah, I see.
You can link it to your Wi-Fi at home. Makes sense. And she
All right.
Yeah. I'll make sure to add a little gauge to your settling.
That's what if you want to put a goldfish on there.
That's
Now I will say temperature is going to be the longest lab.
Oh yeah.
To correct. So how long is the class? An hour and a half, 2 hours and a half.
Yeah.
They'll probably use almost a whole hour just to do a lab. Right now, well, we give it a 77 already. But you do want to have your proportional. You definitely want it. Very low. And then your interval, now we probably keep there. Derivative, you probably want to add a little bit there. So what's going to happen? We're not moving a mechanical valve up and down. All we do is just turn the heater off.
Yeah.
So it's not going to hurt that heater to hit full power. Because we don't want it to overheat. We want it to quickly react. So I got the band at what? That had 2 on it. main O2. So that means if they get 1% above or below, over 1% above below, it's going to do the full heat or full off. So as soon as it gets to closer to 81 degrees, we're going to shut off the immediately. And I'll probably do one instead. So as soon as it gets about 81 degrees, it's going to start If I had still had it at 10 or 50, it would have been fine before you installed 75 minutes. And that's what I wanted to see. I wanted to see it go down to. So now I don't have a disturbance to pull that water back there. That's what this line right here is right here. So open this line and turn the VFD to about 10 hertz. There it is. If you get too much water down there, it'll overpower the heat. So it'll cool it too fast. The heat can never catch up. So I found that running it at about 15 hertz gives us just the right amount of water going in there. As you can see, I already started cooling the water down. Yeah. Now the heat's going back up.
But when you set the heat, the motor, you won't control the frequency of the motor, right?
Yeah. So right now I'm doing heating.
Yeah.
And then this is be like winter time, hey, something cold being introduced to my process. And I want to maintain a water temperature. So
yeah, then the system automatically will move the pump faster.
Yeah.
Or slow.
I have 71 degrees. I think the room in here is about 72, 73. That's what the water was.
Yeah.
Something like that. Yeah. Because that will get it down about 68 degrees. And that's why I say your lab is going to be around the 80, 85 degrees. Yeah. At that point. So right now, with that chilled water going through there, I think it's gonna make the heat work hard right now. So I'm gonna see if the heat starts going up. I know I don't have too much cold water, but if it can't keep up with it, then they're gonna have to trim down the chilled water.
Yeah, it's slow. It's slow.
And that's what I say, it's slow. Correct. And that's really what temperature correction is. It's kind of instant. It's gradual. Thank you. That chilled water is actually. I'm gonna go down and steam hertz. Actually, I don't want to turn that down too low because I want that fan to still have some blow some cool air across that motor. Because what I want to do is I want to control the flow out of that. You can see as I turn this right here, now you can use that as a gauge. Close. Let's close. See how it moves up and down. So now you can use that. This curve, put some level go down a little bit. Like that. All right. So you still have flow going this way. Okay. I don't have as much, but I still have enough. And I haven't turned the speed down on the motor. I still maintain 15 hertz, but I slow down the flow. So now the heat can be able to get it. It's already starting. Yeah. Cool. So that's something that kind of has to take a bit like. Yeah. But then again, there's a good teaching tool saying, hey, your process is going to want to do so much. Yeah. Based on your instruments and your placements. Yeah.
Yeah, of course. By the way, measure flow.
No, we want
In industry, we use the software and it's a plate with your PC, and you will be doing flange. Here, we have this thing here.
To measure flow?
Yeah.
Oh, we don't. That you talking about orifice plate.
Right, exactly.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but there is an office plate option that you can get with this. So the only thing I got bought was the insurance option. But we do have an office plate that has, like I said, a hole in there, but you still have your lower top pressure stuff.
Exactly, because we're talking about the
And he does a pretty good job of that.
then how it's measured. When we talk about the low pressure, the high pressure,
Uh-huh.
how does it appear?
Now, would you?
We are measuring flow.
Mm-hmm.
And in order for us to measure flow, yeah, we need to find out the pressure in the input, the pressure in the output.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
This difference of pressure is created there. In the industry, we use the plate, the whole plate as well. How we do it?
It's not that all thing you got is this little brass piece does have a little orifice hole in there.
Or because we're reading from there, right?
Yeah, uh-huh.
Oh, it's not a plate, good.
Yeah. Oh, okay. You go look. Yeah, if you want to take that off and look at it like that,
Yeah.
you see it.
Yeah, yeah. Exactly. Yeah, very good.
Mm-hmm.
That's great to know.
Because basically one port's on one side and the orifice on the other.
Yeah, yeah.
And like this one is not marked, but the one that's further down is the house. Yes. Obviously, the inputs on the hot pressure and outputs, but together. And then this one here, I think we do the vortex.
Yeah.
I think it has some there to create some of the But I think the little orifices are a bit more precise.
Yeah.
Especially with your
instruments
you're using.
That's what in the industry that we use.
Yeah. Is it going up? Yes. Yes. Yeah, so the fixed rate is gonna be a close for this right here, you just they're one's male and one's female. So obviously this one will only fit on this side. Okay. This one will fit on this side. It'll do the same thing. It'll put out it's range from 0 to 100 also. Okay. Same thing. Okay, so both are sensors. Yeah, 10%. Okay. No, the difference is this one is hard communication cable. Okay. Just like this one right here. Yeah, very cool. Did he call? So, what's that? Well, people see I'm like style going all these things eventually. The smaller module next to the tank. What is that for? Which one? Hey, a little square one, a little huge one. Pressure. We're gonna do that. I can do right here, and I didn't show you how to pressurize the tank. So well, focus on it's measuring temperature here. That water coming down right here. Yeah. Well, I was down that if you take the back valve and kind of choke it a little bit after you prime the pump the first time. See how it reduces it? It sounds like it actually slows the water going across the heater, so it gives it time to before it has to back in there. It kind of boosts the heater. Yeah. Output. But hopefully we should see a higher, faster temperature rise, Oh yeah. Yeah. But I think we was running that water so fast that the heater didn't have time to lift up. Yeah. And this right here is set as long as there's at least that much water flowing. Because if you stop it too much, all it's going to do is going to count out the heaters. But there is no pressure right there. And this is a delicate way. So I think I got to set it just a little floating.
Yeah, this is the thermostat that take off the heat. If all the sudden the temperature above.
Temperature is big. I will tell on that pump right there, there's a valve in the back. So if you close it off a little bit just to slow the water down, it actually boosts the heater performance. Allow the water to heat up before it leaves the heater.
I was just thinking. Yeah. Makes sense. Like
the same way I slow down the water to the heater, I want to decrease the performance of that heater, the heat exchanger, because it was out cleaning the heat.
Right.
So I had to slow down the chill water, but I actually boosted the coolant by slowing the water down here. Allow it to heat up.
You treat the time, you treat the time heating.
Yes. So that's all kind of environmental conditions you have to consider when you're working with innovations. So that's going up. I'm gonna call back to it. This one right here is a pressure transmitter. The only thing about SMC's equipment is they're preset as far as range goes. They're not rangeable. I don't know why. SMC likes us to use theirs, but they're good instruments because they're not rangeable. Like this one right here is from -15 to +15. We can pull a vacuum here a little bit if we pressurize it and drop the water, it'll pull a vacuum. But basically, this is going to be 0 psi, and the most that pump right there at full speed can put out is maybe 12 psi. So we're not going to be able to get the full scale of that, but we can get anywhere from 50 to 80%. Just like in the temperature, that's going to be your set point range for that. So to do that, you can notice you have this little connector here. This white connector is coming out of this transmitter. It's going to share the pressure transmitter port on that terminal. So all you do is take this loose. And connect these two together. And you should see that one power up.
Yeah, turn on.
All right, and then when you want to take one pressure line, I normally have it line long enough to go up there.
Not long enough.
Other option would be to move this up here, but let me look for something real quick. So we'll give y'all longer lines.
Thank you.
I thought about that, so I wonder if we gave them the short lines or the long lines. So, and I think I have one of the extra connector. Yeah.
Listen, buddy, said, read for the Jesus Christ. Okay, your job, Tony, is to make sure that you safeguard my badge, my card. Okay. Right now, man, that shit is already running my phone now. Filling out my album. Here. Gonna be like a whole year. That's good. That's good. Very, very useful term. Hell yeah. Wait, is it on 4K or? Okay.
And I have knives in this stuff.
Knives, sure.
Fucking for 4K. That's what I'm saying. That's what
In here, once you can.
You know what?
In here, once you can.
What we already making? Making?
No, we're making stuff.
Can you imagine the fucking screen that I got?
No, you want to bring a box out.
Yeah. It's probably better, honestly. It's what you do.
I just want to keep up these lines, so I'm gonna convert these to longer lines.
Ripped out, bro. Yeah, literally. Really, my work ones. My boy's ripped out, bro. So, see the color? Yeah. I'm in the pierces years in the next step. You bump it a little. Yeah. Before you have color, the other.
You don't have connectors, right?
I brought some connectors.
We can move it up if it
Well, if we move it up and leave it there,
move back down to
well, no, we can use that if we have to.
Yeah.
What size of bolt is that?
fast,
Let him cut it.
316.
Just keep this big.
We'll just get some. Nah, right up.
This is the one that
Joke is for visitor tournaments. Next semester, I'm gonna have your pre-calculus and trigonometry class.
Yeah.
Yeah. You're teaching that for honors, no? I saw.
I think so. I don't remember.
Right. Yeah. No.
Not in the honorable.
Huh?
Not in the
Yeah. Honors class.
on school.
Yeah. It's one of the good. Okay, it's one of the good.
What is it?
It's one of the good.
Very good. Very good.
Exactly.
What you will be your class? 1147, right?
Well, yeah, 1147. Yeah.
Yeah.
Next semester. Yeah. Right now I'm doing 1105. Back 1105.
Where you go?
I'm thinking, you know.
I don't know. He's maybe part-time.
Yeah, maybe. Just ask if you.
You know, right? Mohammed.
Mohammed, Ralph.
Ralph.
Yeah.
I don't know. Very good. You will be more than welcome to the
Yeah.
class. We meet then. I was looking today that the classes will begin January the 3rd.
Yeah, yeah.
When?
January the 3rd.
Yeah.
Third.
Yeah. I mean, if I am alive, you will see me there.
I am alive. How old are you?
How old I am? 73 years old.
You guys are cool.
You're 16.
It means I am already in overtime.
That's still young. Like, where's that?
No.
That's the other.
Video over here.
That's some of it's moving.
Okay, I got that one's here. We got it. We got it, son.
Oh, you guys are looking
You know what? You know, something. We have to mix it up in that situation.
Yeah.
No, it's just nature. That's yeah, that is so sensitive. It literally tells the atmospheric pressure difference between that and the type right there. It's thermometer. It's thermometer. It tells the.
It's like, you know, I thought I was going to do
No. It's very. It's a master class on that one.
Oh,
That's just yes.
Is that going to connect to anything? Or is it maybe just not aligned?
Probably not.
I mean,
When it comes to that,
the explanation of this, there you go.
there's nothing wrong with it. It's that thing. Is it because of gravity? That's air. That's air. It's pumping air from the back.
It's coming from gravity or is it because
You don't know, it's pressure, bro. We can get air, we're pumping air from the back.
drag it home if you want? And just
Take this one out.
I said,
well, because of gravity. Big shit.
Yeah. That's not this one.
Yeah, it's gravity.
what?
That was true.
Oh, your way of doing that, like, smash you, like, there was, there's no missing, there's some missing violence, there's some missing violence. Show Dr. Carlos, he's gonna cry.
Give me an example. I'll do it.
The way he does factor, he does it in a weird way.
What is it?
Well, does factor in a weird way. Breathe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, works.
What do you factor out? Polynomial to me?
Yeah, polynomial. He just factors down the.
Where did you study? High school. Haiti.
Canvas.
Huh? Canada. No, yep, maybe that's the reason he knows how to fight, right? Nothing strange.
What?
Maybe the way he never.
No. We are wearing. No, nah. Listen, one person. You guys were like, yo, this is not factorable. And I managed to factor it. No, I didn't. Wait, no, that's not true. We just knew that we didn't know the right way to fight. But I
Everything is fact.
everything.
You know, right?
I know, right?
That was told by God many months ago.
Hands, imagine that.
So
Fundamental theory of value. He said every polynomial is fact.
I just go around and say, here it works.
Hey, I wasn't thinking a while ago. We're using this one, not that.
No.
But if you want to use this one to measure this, you still have to put that up.
Okay. So we gotta put it back
There
in
we
here.
go. No, I'll wait there. So if you notice the PSI is 0,
Yeah.
well, my signal is 50%. If this is -15 to +15.
Right.
So to pressurize this tank right here, make sure you close the one in the back all the way. And this one needs to be closed. There's a 25 PSI relief valve. And that pump's not going to put 25 PSI. That's just a safety precaution. So as I pump water in here, it should start pressurizing the air on this tank. You should see the pressure right there.
Okay.
So when I start, and we can, and I want to use my control valve. So I'm going to take the heater out of the circuit and back to the CV control valve.
We need to go this one.
Yeah, close this one, and this one is going to be closed right here. And that is going to force water back up to here. So my set point is 80. So if I hit, if you notice my output is on because it's no, it's not 80% of the pressure. So, but there's not enough flow going, so you have to have enough pump flow to start putting water in there. As the water goes up, you should see the pressure gauge moving, and you should see the same thing there.
12 PCI, right?
Yeah.
Should be.
There is a little yellow valve right here. Make sure it's turned to the right.
You can't see the thing on the.
Okay.
Yeah.
If you
It's basically a bleeder valve, so it allows the gauge to read correct because they fit and hit on locked up that's here. Alright, so if you notice my input stopped at 65%, even though my valve is still open once more water's on in. So again, your pump has to be able to produce for my pressure. But you may want to run the pump almost 100%. See how the valve is reacting? I had my portion on that one way too high. Okay. Now the thing set, let's say 85%.
One hundred is what? 15 PCI? Oh, the middle beginning game, first thing you can teach them is the shape. Yeah, they got yeah.
once that 100% signal, pretty much popping out on it. Yeah. I think I still got a little bit more. Oh. What is the max on the motor?
Eric cuando toma campo, ¿sí? Y que está arriba del tanque, cuando toma campo.
I'm right.
¿Ah?
I'm feeling.
Yeah. It's skin.
There's some kind of little oh, it's like no, that's the championship kind of output went down to 0%, but my pressure's not going down. You don't really why. My my output went to 0. You check the water for the can't start driving more. But my signal stayed high. I still run for 5. How could I get it without 85? Well, I need to be able to create current and draw.
You open the open a little bit the tank and yeah.
Oh. So when you're dealing with level, low level, basically that's
That's great. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Now about looking back that's pretty like that. You can have to have a fan on this look at this small. That's the difference, you know. Oh, okay, no. That software right here. It goes to the
Okay, yeah. Yeah, you know, you told me to open, but I decided not to do it.
Oh, okay.
Because we already miss many things. I don't know. Let's wait for the Wilder to do it. Just because of respect.
So
You see, you are desvirgating the ladies. This is to give to the computer what we have there, right?
So the PLC has a trend recorder. So this one does have we have to use software
Okay.
to do that.
Do you
Guys, take a look at the cable. We cannot miss this cable.
okay, sure. I can
What format information will be given? What is the format?
When we say format, like
The file, what format is an Excel?
no, it's its own
It's on
program. Yeah.
okay.
Or been
Is that ours?
Yes, I'm gonna leave this in here.
Could we put it on this computer and then I can load it from here?
Can that computer? Do they have administrator on?
Yeah, it's
You
this
know?
computer.
Okay.
Oh yeah, I don't need.
Yeah, the software is actually free from Yakagawa. I can give you the file, and
Yeah,
you can load it on this mini
We
computer.
all got our own laptops, so if ever needed,
Yeah.
I putting it on a computer. I have administrator rights to an extent on
a lot of these workstations as well. So if something needs to be downloaded, I think I can get away. Yeah, I see.
Let me get my thumb drive. It's got that software on. We'll go ahead and start loading on that computer, sure. But while it takes a while to load, no, this one doesn't. But and looking at it very quick.
Yeah, because if we could load it on this computer, that would be nice.
Yeah, let's do it on that.
What do you kids these days? I mean, it's computer charging.
USB to what's the interface over there?
It's just an optical
Yo,
sensor there. But when you load the software, it'll have the communication tool with it.
Oh, you have it there?
Yeah, I have it here. So we're gonna put it in there.
Oh.
Should be setting job power setting tool. Runs it USB driver.
Reese preferred Eric cheating on you. Oh, cheating about Eric, man. Why? Cheating. What? Always fucking me, yeah.
Yeah, just go ahead and set up from there.
It's on it these days. They can handle it. They can handle it.
In 20 years, when you guys ago.
It's been recorded, man. Those are some wild stuff.
Why reason come out as president? Believe everyone will know I am.
Nah.
Do you think I'm
No.
You
Say you can I think there's another
Bro, bad. Oh, right. So you're gonna get a balance switch, and you just if you keep waffling, install it.
Go to back setting tool.
Stop yapping, bro.
Go to the
Quit
top
yapping
one.
around. This one too.
Yeah.
Well, he's yapping. It's good. Shatter box, water box. Some of that thing.
I think it's done.
Alright, we got it now. Oh no, I moved it. I should have copied it.
Yeah, that's fine.
I can put it back.
Yeah, that's fine. I got it.
Oh.
And like every now and then I go on the website, see if they got a new version. And just download it. You can create a free account.
I'll keep that. I'll keep that in mind for the break.
Like I said, I think the information's there.
Yokogawa Instruments at RS.
What's that?
Yokogawa Instruments at RS. Is that what the software is that we're working with?
Yeah, that's where
Set up?
Yeah, set up.
Which one?
I do the application. I do one to work.
Yeah. There you go. Yes.
Daniel,
What's
Yeah,
up?
I can see you guys.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So.
Hope you're not giving the virus today.
No.
no.
Here's one out.
Use this or to know the old things in
Eric, would you want to? What if you use program books? So you have your own software? What? Oh yeah, no, they gave us the books. Those are programming books for Wolfram Alpha. That's very good. You can make like, is it like MATLAB kind of? Yeah. Yeah.
No MATLAB, Mathematica.
No, but they're like a competitor.
Very good.
Yeah, MATLAB.
No, Mathematica.
Yeah.
Yeah. Exactly.
CSC.
And it's not a compiler, it's an interpreter.
Oh. Now.
Well, again, you need to know all the shit the same. It's not that.
Right. As you will. Right. Think so?
Are you registered for the class already? Registered for the class?
Am I ready?
I registered.
Oh yeah, I registered.
You registered.
Yeah.
We can go to my office and I can look there my classes, and if I have the class that you said, you see me there. I am the professor for that
Yeah,
class. Oh,
it says it on the like the
shit that
yeah.
Well. You mean
Electrical engineering.
you see, we will have you in the team
Yeah.
that will send the rocket, because if we continue to go the math the way we are doing, instead of sending the rocket to the moon,
To do this,
we will send the rocket to the fucking sun. But we will send the rocket at night.
Right.
Not to have a casualty.
What class are you guys talking about?
The Mac 1147.
Oh, okay, good.
Yeah.
Good.
He's teaching that class like
Yeah, yeah,
and
yeah.
I haven't.
Yeah. Okay, good.
Hello.
Professor, did you find out if linear algebra?
You know, Jane, I think they spoke to the children. We are not now.
I've been trying to take that class for 2 years.
Is there
It's not in our program at the moment, but the tools that we're learning how to use, it's like supremely easy. Charts and vectors and statistics, like that's the use. So it's going back after doing physics, algebra physics, learning how to
Well, you know, imagine that he is almost said, why we cannot teach physics without vectors?
How do you not teach? You can't.
Believe me,
But I took physics. I went up to three classes because it was I was learning physics, learning the math, and learning what was like. Well, exactly.
In other words,
Right.
because you know, vectors, everything, they are all mathematical.
Right.
Vectors.
Right. With an ease of the knowledge that comes from linear algebra, it would have cut the workload in that class by at least half.
Really?
Robots will move without linear algebra.
Your algebra is like matrices.
What is it? I don't. Now I said to you, I don't know. I don't know even what the hell. You don't know. I don't know.
Well, our
Our electric. Okay. Turn it off.